Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to episode 17 of Hillians Talk, here with my glamorous assistant, Mr. Jack Nowdrick. How you doing?
Very well, glamorous. I like it.
Well, it's Christmas. It'd be nice to you.
Happy Christmas.
And delighted to say we've dragged him out of bed, Martyn Box. How you
Hello.
doing?
Yeah, come and give me something to do for once.
Well, we thought, it's the arse end of the year between Christmas and New Year. No one knows what they're doing.
That is true.
That's so true. It is so true.
All the days fall into one, don't they now?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what the date is. I think it's Tuesday, right?
Sure.
No.
Sure. Why not?
Sure.
There's football on the weekend. They tell me.
Yeah. I know it's not Saturday.
It's
Apart from
definitely
that.
not a Saturday. Well, we're not going to be late if it is. We'll be fine. We'll just go straight from here. Brilliant. Thanks for joining me, gentlemen. Thanks in my humble abode.
Thanks for welcoming us in.
That's all right. I'd like to start off by something completely unfootball related.
Okay.
Jack, what did you get for Christmas?
Oh,
Your best Christmas present?
I got. I'm big into American football at the moment.
Nice.
So I got a lot.
Someone has to be.
Yeah, I know. I'll take the flak for it.
Who do you support?
Chicago Bears.
Oh, I'm a Steelers fan.
Oh well, it's okay. It's not Green Bay Packers. So.
No.
But so I got a lot of Chicago Bears like merch, basically. A couple of
Nice.
hoodies, big like t-shirt, just a lot of like merch. Basically, a water bottle, which is very exciting
Nice.
for work.
Love a water bottle, yeah.
So basically just loads of cool merch like that. Really.
Nice.
As cool as it gets. Really.
Love Martin, new knee?
A new Nico, I wish. That's on my,
Too soon.
that's on my wish list still. Lynx Africa set.
Nice, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Can't go wrong.
I got a link set as well. Not an Africa one, though. I got some
No,
weird,
I've
colourful one.
yeah, I
Got a
didn't get
couple this
Africa.
year. Socks. Love white socks, me.
I got
Fresh.
these slipper socks that you obviously
not,
people in the podcast
not my
can't
cup
see.
of tea, but
No?
some
I don't
fresh
mind
white
them.
socks.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Got grip on them.
And yeah, chocolate,
Nice,
which
yeah.
I will be
standard.
consuming a lot of over the next few months, I expect.
Fair enough.
But yeah, about as exciting as it gets for me.
Yeah, good Christmas though.
Yeah, really nice one. Was dampened slightly, but
Well,
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess it's now as good a time as any to say how are you doing? How is the knee, leg, foot, whatever it was?
It's
Word I
okay.
can't pronounce.
It's as good as it probably can be at the minute.
So back on Saturday for Lewis, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But no, it's getting there. I'm just speaking to the right people, trying to come up with the right plan, and then
Not us.
take it from there.
Definitely not us.
No, sorry.
I suppose
yeah.
just in terms of if people don't know what's happened, and just very very quickly, you obviously injured it at Chatham, and you've obviously got the diagnosis and back now. What's the sort of diagnosis, and what's potentially the plan moving forward for you then?
Yeah,
Chop it off.
so
Chop it off.
we could chop it off at this point.
No,
So I
no.
have ruptured my ACL, which is the one thing I was really hoping it wasn't going to be.
Yeah.
So I've ruptured my ACL, and then at the same time, I've torn my meniscus, which I'm being told is quite common when you do your ACL. So sort of the plan for now is speaking with the consultants and the knee specialists and sort of finding what their advice would be. An operation is going to be needed if I'm going to want to get back to playing. You can't live without having an ACL, but it would mean I wouldn't be able to play football again. And
Well, we don't want that.
I certainly don't want that. So
No.
I'll be having an operation at some point, and then it will be time frame not sure. If you go on the bog standard, it's 9 to 12 months, but we'll try and limit that as much as possible, because I think I'll drive everyone insane if I don't run around for 9 months. So
I mean, you'll certainly drive us insane if we can't have you on the football pitch for 9 to 12 months.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment.
I mean-
Yeah, that's where I am at the minute, and I think it's just sort of trying to accept it still at the minute. And the more I've spoken about it, the more it's sort of sunk in about what sort of actually happened.
There
Christmas
you go.
has
We
marked it.
provide
Yeah.
free therapy for
There
you.
you go.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That's all right. No, we're dragging
Christmas,
dragging you
Christmas,
out, so-
Christmas helped me mask it a little bit, and obviously a lot of distractions. But
Yes,
nah.
I mean, it's a bit of an extreme way to get Christmas off, I guess, but
It
Yeah,
was, yeah.
it's
Normally you just
quite-
get a second yellow or something, didn't you?
Yeah,
Get yourself
yeah.
sent off,
Yeah.
but not this year.
no.
Yeah,
You're trying to maybe worm next Christmas in as well at the same
Yeah, get 2 for 1, eh?
time. No, you'll be back there. You'll be back by then, mate. You'll be back.
I mean, I was going to say, like, and you've sort of answered it already, but I was going to say, like, from your point of view, like, it must be getting quite irritating, like just people coming up to you and be like, oh, how are you? How's your knee? And this, that, and the other. But you were like, you
That's
just
the
said,
first thing we've asked.
oh, I know. But then he was just saying there, it's sort of helping a little bit to, like, come to terms with it, speaking about it and things like that.
Definitely. I mean, for the first sort of week, I'd sort of hid away a little bit, and until I got the sort of results back, I was holding on to every single little bit of hope, and every day I was doing like little movements, and I was touching it. Oh, it actually doesn't feel that bad. Maybe it was all in my head when it first happened, but then as soon as I got the results back, it just sort of confirmed it. And like I said, it's the last thing I was holding on to, and I think that then made me realise this is not good.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's where we are now, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just one of the most worst thing about football, really, isn't it? The injuries, unfortunately.
It is, but it's part and parcel of the game. I think having gone through the one I went through last year, I thought maybe I'll get a break for a little bit from injuries, but yeah, it's just caught me at a bad time. And to be fair, if I'm going to blow my own trumpet, I think I was having a bloody unreal season. So
You were.
Yeah.
We were talking about this the other day. Like I think we were talking about it. I was talking about it with your dad. Like you've had a really, really good season so far. I think you're our joint top goal scorer. I think you've got, and Jack being the stats man will correct me here, but I think you've got more goal involvements than anyone else in the team.
Yeah,
more assists.
He's got more goals, more assists. I mean, he runs around more. He wins more headers. Thanks for being out. Basically, it's really helpful.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it couldn't have happened, unfortunately, for a worse time for you because you've been having such a good season. We've really been enjoying watching you play. So it's a shame, but like you said, that kind of comes hand in hand with football. We take the good with the bad, and hopefully we just focus on your recovery and get you back out there.
Exactly. They always do say in football, isn't it? Don't get too high over the highs and too low over the lows, and find the middle ground somewhere.
Nice.
So that is what I'll be trying to do now.
I'm working on your darts game.
Exactly that. Do you know what? I can actually still play darts. I was testing it out the other day, and I can still stand there and play darts. So
there you go.
Luke Littler, watch out in a year's time.
There you go. Yeah.
The next Charlie Manby. Niche darts reference there.
I'm big on darts.
Yeah,
good
huge
reference.
on darts. Yeah. He's been quality.
I mean, I was going to. This wasn't what I was going to be talking about really on the podcast. But seeing as you mentioned again, sort of the highs and the lows. Obviously, the lows are very obvious, but the highs. I mean, now you're here in person, we can briefly touch on St Albans again. I mean, purely from a Martyn Box point of view. The highs. That is probably the highest high.
Apart from the player final.
Yeah, of course.
Well, getting promoted is
of course, but from a selfish Martyn Box point of view,
this season that was
that's gonna be the highlight.
That was incredible. That was just it went so quickly. Yeah.
Did you actually get to keep the match ball?
No, I took it. Alfie went and got it for me after the game, and then as we were walking back in, I could see there's a few people looking at me with it, so I tried to hide it up the back of my top, and they caught it as I was going in. They said, "Oh, can we have that back, please?" Tried the old, "Oh, it's our one," and they're like, "It's definitely not your ball, is it?"
I can't
believe they didn't let you keep it. Like I know they're like 80 quid because they are quite nice, like decent footballs, but come on.
I know. St Albans.
I think the club should have whipped round to pay to have it off St Albans. I think we should go back and get it. We should go look at all of them and say, "Did you recognise this one? Does this look like it?"
Just have to sneak in one day and nick a ball when it comes over the barrier. We'll just take that one.
Yeah. First ever hat trick.
Yeah. Do you know what? I actually think it could be the first time in like a competitive game I've scored 2 or more.
Yeah.
I think it was Northwood pre-season.
Yeah.
Was that last year, like the year before? Got 2 in that one. But yeah, competitive game. I don't think I can remember the last time I scored more than 1 goal in a game.
Yeah.
So,
and to be fair, for people that might be a bit surprised with that, you have played most of your career as a defender.
Yeah, that's very true.
Which seems, when you look at your recent scoring performance, seems kind of crazy.
Absolutely wasted.
Exactly wasted. See, that's it.
But no, that was a great night, and I think just the way the whole night panned out, it was just going 3-0 up. Had no idea how that even happened. And then obviously we are in the entertainment business and we're very good at that at the minute, aren't we? So we'll
entertainment stress.
We'll give them a little bit of hope and then we snatch it away.
Yeah.
the last minute. I won't comment on the defending from.
Oh, don't worry, we will.
Piece on the last one.
Don't worry, we will.
Because that's helped me very nicely. But
I remember saying it to you on Saturday at the game. I just don't understand how they all right, they leave you on mark for the first one, whatever. You know, maybe they just haven't picked you up or they clearly haven't been watching clips and stuff. But then surely as a football team, you know, all right, he's got the first one. Like someone get a man on him at least, if not going to mark anybody else.
Anyone want to mark him?
Stop him making block him off if anything. No, nobody near you. Not a single person near you.
When you've got people like Popey and Glenn in the team who are animals and absolute beasts, that sort of helps because they take some of the.
They're imposing in the box, aren't they?
Yeah,
so a lot of players' focus might be on them rather than you.
Exactly that, and then you just sort of
quiet, unassuming.
That's a good point.
Sneak in.
The quiet ones you've got to watch out for.
Yeah,
and
sneaky
then take all the credit
flicks.
for it. But so I actually, do you know what? I think that helped because Popey that game, I think he was in a fight for 97 minutes.
Yeah, that was the AD Ben Pope game. He just loves
absolutely
that
loved it,
game,
didn't he? So actually, I do think that helped because obviously main concerns would have been them two.
Yeah,
and then just snuck in.
There you go. Well,
What a night. Not glad. That's not what I was trying to say at all. Shame that I was not there again.
it was. Yeah, I mean, it was an unbelievable night.
I've been to loads of away games this year as well. Like, I've really tried,
Yeah.
and I just missed St Albans because of something. Can't remember why.
Fair enough. I mean, it is quite a long trip, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's hefty. But no, it was very good. I mean, yeah, we were so gutted that it went 3-3, and then all of a sudden it was 4-3. It was just
Snapped it, but no, that is definitely the highest of the highs this season anyway.
there you go. Yeah, the highs are good. The lows are not so good. Life of a footballer,
Yeah.
sadly. But anyway, moving on, because I appreciate that people don't want to listen to Martyn saying how bad his knee is for the next 45 minutes. And
Yeah,
Martyn definitely
we
doesn't
get
want to say
it,
how bad his
jeez.
knee is.
I'm here for the sympathy now.
Yes, that's okay. You get sympathy. If I could give you my knee, mate, I 100% would.
Yeah.
Sadly.
I was about to
wouldn't-
say
I
that. I'd
wouldn't,
rather get
just
my own mum repaired, I think.
Yeah. I'm not even
point.
going to bother offering.
Yeah.
You don't want mine.
Very fair point.
I've got the knees of like a 90-year-old. So.
Well, I suppose
We've got
also-
a few games to cover, so
yeah.
it'd be good to sort of have your perspective, because obviously I think the games that we need to sort of talk about since the last podcast, I think, are Ramsgate at home,
Yeah.
Hayes and Eden away, Averley at home, and Chichester at home.
Yeah.
All of which obviously you didn't play for because you got injured in Chatham the week before. I believe you were at all of them or most of them. Don't think you were at Hayes and Eden, but
No.
no.
Sorry, boys, didn't make that trip.
That's okay.
Don't worry, guys.
But-
I did.
But all of the I was at all of the other ones.
So it'd be good to sort of get your opinion of them as a fan/player, as you were for the game. So
I think I now class as a fan more
no,
than a player.
no, you're still,
Head of the fan
still a
club.
player, still a player. Head of the fan club.
Well, Ramsgate was fun anyway.
Yeah, let's talk about Ramsgate.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Frankly, I'm looking at the results now. Don't really want to talk about any of the others.
Yeah,
But let's talk about Ramsgate.
Ramsgate was fun.
Ramsgate was fun. That was an interesting game. I was up in the video tower for that one. I was actually videoing it.
There you go.
So
Similar to St Albans, we're 3-0 up rapid,
rapid,
pretty
quick.
quickly.
Yep.
And we were all thinking, blimey, this is 3 points.
Ben
you
Pope.
know.
Bicycle? Are we saying bicycle kick? Can we call it a bicycle kick?
Yeah, we'll give
Scissor
him that
kick?
one.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
give him that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
was-
was quality.
And that was when Reggie scored the screamer as well.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, so we had a Ben Pope bicycle kick, a Reggie 35+ yard screamer,
how on
and I
earth?
feel really bad because I can't even remember the third goal because those two were so good.
Max.
Oh, was it Max?
Yeah.
The tap in square
Yeah, yeah.
from
Whelps.
And then
yeah.
Whelps had the header, didn't he?
And then the Whelps header.
Yeah, to win it. Yeah. But yeah, 3-0 up. I mean, obviously, 3-0 up in 20, 25 minutes, whatever. It was,
Cruising.
Why doesn't everybody in the crowd know that Ramsgate are then going to come back? Like that shouldn't be.
Why?
That
Why
shouldn't
is
be
it
the
like,
feeling?
That's one of the things that I think we have a problem with this year is that even at 3-0 up, we can't relax as fans. We're so like, I don't know if you boys just like keeping us on the edge of our seats or like stressing us out or seeing which one of us you can kill from stress for that week. But even at 3-0 up, we're like, nah,
Yeah.
this ain't over yet, boys.
Yeah.
And it almost wasn't.
As we say, it's the entertainment business, isn't
It
it?
is.
Is that what it is?
David would
Yeah.
love me for saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are
yeah,
the league's
true.
entertainers. That
I-
is.
I think momentum in football is a dangerous thing, very, very dangerous thing. And I think when you go, if you're looking from a Ramsgate point of view, if you go 3-0 down in a game, what
What have you got to lose?
exactly that? What else have you got to lose?
Yeah.
Management will start changing a few things here or there. A couple of more experienced players, it would start to get under their skin a little bit because they won't like the embarrassment side of it. So they then give that extra little bit more. You're 3-0 up. You're from a winning point of view. You are thinking you're sort of cruising, and you try to overdo it, if that makes sense. Try to play too much. Try to do a few more difficult things, and then as soon as you get one back, momentum, like I just said a minute ago, is extremely dangerous. They get a little bit of belief. A bit of panic does set in, which you can sense everywhere. And then they get another one, and they get another one, and then you're thinking, oh wow, here we go.
It almost
Then
becomes like impending doom.
Then
that you
then it
can't
get back to
away from.
3-3, and you think, and it's like, well, we're over the feeling of being nervous of losing the game now because you're drawing. So then your mind switches again, and you think, right, it's level playing field again. Go back to what we were doing, and then you go and score a winner.
Yeah. No, that is the good thing though, right? Like normally, like in football, like you say, momentum is such a big thing, And normally, if you're 3-0 up and you get back to 3-3, then like, most people think, oh well, Ramsgate got all the momentum. This Ramsgate are now going to go on and win this game because they're But we seemed, like you just said, we seemed to sort of jolt back into life. And even with Ramsgate having all the momentum, we still go down the other end, get a winner, and then see it out quite well as well. Now that is such a good thing, such a big thing as well. Just
I think I'll just add to that. When you're 3-2 up, your mindset's more on defending the 1-goal lead. As soon as it goes back to 3-3, the mindset's different because you haven't got a lead.
0-0 at that point.
You haven't got a lead to defend anymore.
Yeah.
So you go out. You either go out and try and get a winner, or what's just happened for the last 40 minutes of trying to defend a lead obviously doesn't work. So you go out and then you end up getting the winner.
I've said this before. Like I don't think we. This is sorry. I've got to make sure I phrase this correctly because I don't want to. I'm not being harsh or horrible. I much prefer us when we just go out and attack. Like we've got problems at the back. I think that's not a secret. I don't think that's like there are some issues at the back. So why try and defend?
Yeah,
Like we're so good at scoring goals.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Let's just go out and win games by absolute landslides.
And I mean,
Easier said than done.
fair play to Gary and Jay. They're never the sort of management that would. I don't know the best way to put it. They wouldn't
part of the bus.
They wouldn't. Yeah, they wouldn't want to lose a game trying not to lose it. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
I know what you
They'd
mean,
rather lose a game trying to win it.
Yeah, 100%.
Rather than lose a game in.
Which I think is the
not
absolute
trying to
right
win.
attitude to have.
Yeah. Agreed.
And when you've got mentality like that, at some points it's not always going to go the way you want it to.
Yeah, you got to take the good with the bad.
But then you have the flip side of it where St Albans, Ramsgate, you pick up the last minute winners, and Cheshunt pick up the draw to me.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah.
Yeah. But also the Ramsgate penalty to make it 3-3. I don't know if you've seen.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Whilst editing the highlights, I must have watched that from every possible zoom level I could get without destroying the footage, like trying to work out what. And genuinely the only logical conclusion I can draw is that he was shot by a sniper, because I was closer to touching him than whoever it was who actually conceded the foul.
That was Rowie, I think.
Was it Rowie?
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Sure, why not? I mean, who cares at this point? Because frankly, it wasn't. Like I said, I was closer to fouling him than, say, Rowie, because I can't. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not crystal clear 4K, whatever. But I watched it back so many times, I was like, I can't see.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't
what that was.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was. Who was a ref that game?
Adrian Harris.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah.
The fact me and Jack said it so quickly.
Yeah.
I tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, it's
Peter with me.
One of those.
Sorry. I doubt he listens. It's fine.
He doesn't listen. Don't worry.
The foul was on Joe Taylor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Experienced player.
I was going to bring that up.
He knows his way around it.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
I feel experienced player. Yeah. Diving past.
As soon as you're in the. As soon as you're a player of his calibre and you're in the box and you feel something, you then
Gust
let
of
the ref
wind.
make a decision, don't you? And
Well, I suppose you got to ask the crowd. I mean, it'd be very easy for us to sit here and slag Joe Taylor off and sort of say he died, but at the end, like you said, like 90% of experienced players are going to do that. They feel any sort of contact in the box, they're gonna he's got his back to goal. He's not really in a shooting position. He's not really even in a strong position. So I mean, that is, I guess, if you want to look at it from a striker's mindset, that probably is his next best move.
Yeah,
he's felt something. Let's go down.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say Rowie's done a lot wrong, to be honest.
Well, I honestly,
just on the bad end of one, I think.
Yeah. I half think he got it, and I honestly mean this because he's Joe Taylor. Because like the ref knows who he is. The ref knows the level of player he is. The ref, and I just think, he's like maybe not been concentrating, and he's seen Joe Taylor go down. Must be a penalty. Like I think sometimes when you get to Joe Taylor's level and when you get like known like he is, you can sort of, like you say, sort of buy decisions a little bit. You can sort of, for example, if like Alex Brewer went down like that, I don't think Adrian Harris is going to sort of bat an eyelid. He's going to almost book him for diving. But because Joe Taylor's gone down like that, and maybe he would just for that 10-second whatever it was, maybe he just took us off the ball a little bit. Oh, Joe Taylor's gone down.
Joe Taylor wouldn't go down there.
It must be a penalty because it's Joe Taylor.
Yeah,
that sort of thing. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe I'm just.
You might be reading into that a little bit too much.
Maybe
I think there could be an element.
I don't know.
But
let's put it this way: Martyn Box gets that penalty because everyone knows Martyn Box.
Everybody knows Martyn.
But then wouldn't be allowed to take it.
No.
Well,
Who does that? Get Glenn on penalties. Give it to Glenn.
didn't he miss at Hayes and Eden?
Never mind.
Sorry.
Don't. It's just technicalities. Everyone misses at this point. We can't
Yeah,
say who
Well,
hasn't.
that fucking penalty shootout went on forever. So yeah.
Otherwise, Alfie Mansell's on penalties. Because my God, because he can take. A
Oh my
penalty
God,
at
what a
that point.
pen! What a pen! So glad I filmed that one.
But yeah, well, Ramsgate was good. Ramsgate was very
Ramsgate
good.
was good.
Enjoyed
Enjoyed Ramsgate.
Hayes
Good
and Eden
game.
was also good in the end. We'll
Well-
sort of touch on that briefly. Obviously, Velocity Cup, not league, but
Yeah,
hey,
boo.
cup
Yeah.
quarter finalists. But
Yeah, well, we're still, yeah. So it's now become my favourite cup.
Yeah.
Largely because we're still in it.
yeah.
Made the trip. 90 minutes. For 90 minutes, wish I hadn't. It was not the most exciting
It was
game.
so bad.
The most exciting
Oh.
thing was, for the first 90 minutes, was the fact that that is the ground where they film. What's it?
Ted
Lasso.
Lasso.
Oh yeah.
That was for 90 minutes the most exciting thing, and the fact that there's like AFC Richmond like stuff all over there. And if you
Yeah.
looked over the fence at the back behind the goal, you saw the soft stage for the dugouts and stuff. So it was
Nice.
like a fake dugout.
It's all like your
and
big like camera crew and equipment.
yeah, Warner
Nice.
Bros trucks everywhere. And
Yeah,
stuff.
that's it. Warner Bros trucks. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
And
The
frankly,
game?
the coolest thing for the first 90 minutes. I cannot tell you a single thing that happened in that 90 minutes game of football.
No, it was.
I got a cup of tea. That was nice.
I got hot chocolate. That was nice.
Nice.
Yeah. And then they went to penalty shootout.
And then it went to penalties, and that's when we can start talking.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
the penalty
yeah.
shootout was good. We won 8-7 on pens. There were some questionable penalties from both sides, to be fair.
Mad penalty shootout.
It was a mad penalty shootout. It
We
got,
went all the way to goalkeepers taking it.
and then Alfie Mansell, what a boy. Can't believe you weren't there to see this, Martin.
Do you know what though? He actually has hit some in training. To be fair,
How was he?
end of training would always sort of. Well, I say everyone. It would be Glenn. Would be standing there for about half an hour just taking penalties, and Alf would often step up and take one. And to be fair, the ones I've seen him take, I'd have backed him anyway.
Yeah.
I'd have backed him
He
to be
did
honest.
absolutely-
I think when people see a goalkeeper step up for penalties, they're always a bit nervous.
Yeah, of course.
But they're one of the best ball strikers.
Yeah.
True.
It's
So
very true.
True.
I
Actually,
know.
and
I know.
said that
Normally
the other
they're
day.
trying to smash it further up the pitch, but
I said that the other day about ball striking when we spoke about Toby Ball.
Yeah.
Because I said, I was just watching him play. Obviously, I've seen him playing Ballers League, and he came to us for Dulwich, thank you. And even watching him just clear from the back, like he hits the ball so well. And I've noticed this with a lot of younger goalkeepers, and funnily enough, especially a lot of goalkeepers that, again, I've seen on Ballers League, like Alfie, for example. The way they hit a ball is so different than more modern, I would say.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if that makes sense. But
hitting a stationary ball is actually a lot harder than people think. Like I'd rather always hit a ball that's moving rather than try and hit a
I
stationary
can
one.
see that.
Yeah.
So for them, taking a penalty, it's a stationary ball again, and
Yeah.
it's just a trajectory for them, isn't it? Really. But yes, I'd have backed Alfie.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he scored his, then saved. Right, it was that way round.
Yeah.
When after he scored his pen in sudden death, and then it became okay. Now if he saves, we win. After he scored, I couldn't see any other outcome. I was like, it's written here. He's just scored his pen.
Yeah.
He's now going to save it, and he
Yeah.
did. And it was
Yeah,
and it was a great save as well.
Yeah. Four saves in the shootout.
He did.
To
Yeah.
be fair to him, out of
4
11
saves.
penalties, you say 4 of them. That's pretty good.
That's pretty. If
That is
only,
pretty
if
good.
only
Like,
we could
all
face
4
penalties.
saved.
If only we could face penalties every weekend.
Yeah. Look, to be fair, that is like none like hit the bar, none
No.
wide, all missed, all saved for both teams. Their keeper saved 3. Obviously, Alfie saved 4. That's pretty good. 4 out of 11.
It was a good penalty
must say.
shootout. Obviously, the highlight being when they scored in sudden death, 2 of their players have come charging down the pitch towards the goal, thinking they've won
Did
it.
they?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I've not
absolute
heard about
quality. I
that.
wish we got it on video.
Yeah.
2 of their players, they're quite young players, I think. It's
Yeah.
like so may have got a little
Bless
bit carried
They
away with
proper
themselves.
gave it.
They proper gave it. 2 of them run. They got almost pretty much to the edge of the box before the ref was like,
Did they
Look
not
at him.
realise the rest of them were just stood?
"Yeah,
halfway
no,
line.
they didn't. They didn't. Their whole team hadn't
Oh,
moved."
I hope they got a massive fine for that.
Oh, it was quality.
That's
Incredible. But
that's,
like,
that's a
I
They
huge
What-
certainly got a ribbing from both teams.
Oh, I can
I
only
hope so,
imagine
yeah.
Ben Pope's reaction to that.
I can remember Ben Pope and what he was like. I didn't know what he was saying, but he was certainly exchanging a few words with him.
Oh, I bet Ryan Morrill was telling them some horrible things.
I don't want to think what Ryan Moore was telling them.
It was quality.
But-
It was. Other than winning the penalty shootout, that's the the second biggest highlight for me.
I just
'cause
don't
it was
understand how they got
funny.
so confused though, because we were always taking first, like, obviously
Yeah.
the whole way through. So the whole time they were always scored to stay in it. They were never scored to. There was only once they were scored to win it, and they missed. But it wasn't that moment. Like I don't know. They clearly just got confused. But
Just wanted to go home, didn't they?
yeah,
Yeah.
Past
try
the
and,
bedtime.
basically.
Mm.
But yeah, Hastings was good. Hashtag in the quarterfinals in about 10 days' time.
Yep.
Which I
No
mean,
scrapping with their fans, please, Martin.
No, I'll
As you
try
can't
not
scrap
to.
with the players.
yeah,
Yeah,
all
I'll try
players.
not to.
Yeah.
I'll behave myself this time.
But yeah, I mean, look,
Bludgeoning someone to death with a crutch is the word I was looking for.
crutch.
I was going to say walking stick, but that makes you sound 90.
Yeah, not quite yet.
Blimey.
Yeah, that's not the word I was
Is it
looking
that's
for. but-
retirement from football?
Yeah.
Everyone, that's it.
Cheers.
not
know
on this-
something I don't.
Not on this pod, no.
But
no,
no,
that's not the way.
Hashtag in the quarterfinals, guys. I mean, look at home. Look, obviously we've got to beat them.
Likely towards the end of Jan, I believe.
No, start of Jan. It's 6th of Jan.
What?
Yeah.
Why is it in my diary for like the end of Jan?
It's a good question, Lyndon.
I don't know.
It's literally a week today.
Is it actually?
Yep.
Oh,
Decent
shit.
draw that.
Yeah.
Be a decent draw that.
And then obviously semi-finals.
A Tuesday night as well.
It's fine. I'm around.
There you go. Breaking news: Lyndon's vowed for his job.
I've got it in my. Was it ever going to be the 27th of Jan?
It was expected it was going to be the end of Jan.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
cool. Right, that's fine as long as I'm not going mad because that's what it's in my diary for.
No. You
Okay.
you are not mistaken. But
Okay, sweet. That's fine.
yeah. So yeah, I'll look win that in the semi-final, and then hey, who knows?
Who knows?
And then back to the league, unfortunately.
Oh, do we want to talk about the league?
Well,
Yeah, of course we do.
yeah.
Of
Look,
course we do.
Averley was up next, and to be fair, I thought Averley were very good to start off with.
I don't know.
I thought Averley were very good.
I was too
thought-
busy checking out the ceiling in the media room.
Yeah, never mind about that.
Yeah.
No, I thought Averley were very good. Like, I don't think they were great, but like, Averley were a team that have obviously come down from the National South, and we're a team that have come up. And I think that's what showed a little bit in that game. I don't think this happened to us much this season, or we've sort of been found out a little bit. To be fair, but I think that game, sort of, their experience, their sort of, I don't say better players, but they're more experienced players at a high level, perhaps sort of shone through in that sort of first 30 minutes or so, 35 minutes.
I feel like it was a mixed bag that day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You think they've had two strikes, one put it in the top corner from 30 odd yards out, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Give him that shot 9 out of 10 times,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
misses, and you think, oh, you'll let someone shoot from there. The one time he'll put it top corner. And you sometimes have to go, yeah, okay, fair play. Could you have done more to stop it? Probably. But
Yeah.
still, you'd back your chances that he doesn't pinpoint it top corner. What was another one there? Was it free kick?
The free kick for
Again,
opener,
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah, how many times
It's
we
one of
concede
those, yeah.
direct
How
from a
many
free
times
kick?
have we seen a goal like that in this year for us or them?
Yeah.
Again, apart from not giving away the foul, what more happens?
Yeah.
If that goes an inch higher, excuse me, hits the bar, and it's just an all at the end of the day. It's not a goal, is it?
Yeah.
But there's your luck, and then mix it in with a couple of individual errors that I think people will look back on and potentially do things slightly differently. I think it makes it.
I hope so.
I think the scoreline made it look worse.
Yeah.
Take away those. Obviously, we can't. But look at the way the goals have gone in.
And the
Very
rapid succession in which they went in, because weren't we 4-0 down in half an hour?
Yeah.
I was sort of semi-conscious after my little spell back here home, and I was sort of, my phone was still, obviously your updates were coming through on the Alliance chat, and my football web pages notification was going off, so I was kind of semi-aware of what was happening, and all I know was, and all the messages I woke up to eventually later on in the day were like, "I hope you're okay, you didn't miss anything," kind of thing, like. So I guess the speed of which they went in, I think no one likes to be 4-0 down at half time.
No.
It was not within half an hour, sorry.
Yeah. Do you know, what did annoy me was the fifth goal, right? Because we got it back to 4-2, and look, we were probably still going to lose that game. There was about 5 minutes left when the fifth goal went in, but it was 4-2. It was soon after we just got the second. Suddenly, if you just make it 4-3 in like the 90th minute, then
You're asking a question, aren't you?
You know, maybe get a corner. You know what we're like with late goals. Maybe they panic and give us away a corner. Maybe we have one corner to equalise. Who knows, right? Just the fifth goal was really irritating.
What happened for the fifth? Sorry, remind me.
It was another good goal. It was they just sort of chipped over Alfie basically.
I
Again.
remember.
There's your trade off though that we were sort of talking about earlier. Do you either, if we're going to go out and try and get that third, you have to sort of accept the fact that
Yeah.
You're going to get hit on.
a fifth could come.
Yeah,
If the scoreline was 4-2 and not 5-2, does it really change anything?
No.
That's the thing. You
I know
rather
what you mean.
go out fighting.
So again, from a player's point of view, in the moment, you'd take trying to get the third.
Yeah.
You'd take conceding the fifth. Not nice, never nice. And 5-2 is a horrible scoreline. But the way it's then happened. Because you see what I mean?
If you look at it from the other perspective, if you sit back at 4-2 and just accept the loss, the fans are going to turn on you. Like, why? What are you doing? Not trying to go out and win this game, or at least get a draw.
Exactly. Yeah. So then you try and get the third, and then inevitable that they'll get a fifth and makes it. And 5-2 is not a nice score. Like
you say, makes it look a lot worse than.
From a fan's point of view, everyone's walking around. How did Burgess go? They lost 5-2.
Well, yeah,
from anyone not at the game, it sounds.
Well, exactly. Like I wasn't there, so I just assume it was diabolical from start to finish. But I mean, we got 2 goals. There must have been some flashes in there of the Burgess that we know and love. So
it wasn't fantastic, but at the same time, I don't think it's as bad as what it could look like, if that makes sense.
Fair. Yeah. It wasn't a 5-2 game. No. But yeah, Averley were obviously worthy winners. Yeah, and like I say, no, they're flying. They're doing very well. It wasn't as if we, didn't turn up for a team that was struggling. They are back in. I don't think they've lost away all season, and haven't lost. I don't think since September. So they are decent little outfit. So fair play. Then on to Saturday, on to the one just gone, Chichester.
This one hurt a little bit more, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously
more frustrating.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, even though it was a closer game.
Yeah, and we spoke about it. Me and you have spoken about it before. I briefly touched on it with my interview with Gary afterwards, that we struggle against Chichester historically.
Yeah.
And I think that's now, correct me if I'm wrong, 9 games we haven't beaten them.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. That's a fact.
Sweet. Occasionally I know what I'm talking about. And it was definitely Jack who told me that 10 minutes before the interview anyway. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not cool. I was really hoping that we were going to break that curse.
Yeah. And I think
they're the local-ish team, so it's a little South Coast rivalry. I don't know, maybe
West Sussex.
West Sussex,
even though we obviously Mid Sussex, but West Sussex technically.
Nah, Mid Sussex isn't a real place, mate.
Made up.
Yeah.
It was a real chance. I think we had on Saturday.
It was, and I feel, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong here, I feel both goals were avoidable.
Yeah. Especially the first one.
Especially the first one, which
I do think the second's a great finish, to be fair.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you analyse the build up and this, that, and the other, I'm sure we had opportunities to stop it getting to that point. But just on a finish base, I think
that's true. Yeah,
it's an unbelievable finish.
Yeah.
It looks better. Because I saw it live. Obviously, I missed quite a few goals when I'm doing the Twitter and the commentary and stuff. But I saw it when live, and it looked a banging finish live. And then you see the replay, and I think it looks better on the replay. It's unsavable. He's back to goal, swivels. So thank you very much. Top corner. You just like
not a lot you could do about that.
Yeah. So,
but the first one was
it's just so unfortunate.
Was it Lawson with the sort of hospital pass back that sort of sold Alfie down the river. And
And then obviously the people are going to say now, people have been saying about Alfie's positioning. I don't think for that you can really have a go at Alfie's positioning, because Martyn will be able to tell you a bit better. But obviously the way we play, our keepers are high up the pitch.
That's
our keepers are involved in the build up, in the movement. Obviously in hindsight we could say, well, why wasn't Alfie 5 yards deeper? Yeah, okay, great, but that's not. He's never going to be there. So there's no point saying it, because
if Alfie's 5 yard deeper, and this is where being on the sideline for me now and being in and around fans, and I actually went and stood in the stand behind the goal on Saturday, and
the ultras.
I will not be having a tie anytime soon. Just saying.
This
is where it's quite interesting, because if Alfie is 5-10 yards deeper and the ball goes all the way back to him, everyone moans that you've gone that far back. And like you've just said, Jack, it's the way we try and play, and when you try and play that way, the goals that you concede after individual mistakes look
so much worse than
awful.
they are.
Give Harry Lawson that 10 times again, he'll make the pass 10 times. He's a great player. It's just that moment, and like I just said, the way we try and play, when you do make individual errors at the back, they look, well, they're very, very costly.
Yeah, and to give Alfie his credit, that's where I'd want my keeper to be, because you're in in that spell of possession, you're not expecting to lose the ball there or to be sold short by a pass.
No.
Therefore, you're doing that build-up play from the back. That's where I'd want Alfie to be. I wouldn't want him to be any deeper. That's where he should be.
That pass comes off, no one complains or says anything about Alfie's position.
We didn't see the goal because of his position.
As soon as a goal goes in, it's always
it's very easy. It's very easy for the fans and people maybe who don't have the footballing mindset that obviously yourself, the players do, and the managers. But I think as much as like we go backwards and forwards on Alfie and Rocco. And I'm sure we'll speak about them again in a minute because there's a bit of there's a bit of backwards and forwards between the two of them about who's starting and things like that. But I don't think that I had a lot of flack for Alfie for that goal. But really, that's where I'd want him to be as a goalkeeper. That's where I'd want him to be in that passage of play. Like you said, Harry's a great footballer. He makes that pass 9.9 times out of 10. This just happened to be the one time it didn't quite come off, and that's always going to happen. Everyone makes mistakes.
Exactly.
I'm sure he's the first person to sort of get on his own back about it. Like
he knows.
Oh yeah.
He knows.
So it's just unfortunate. I mean, it's just
could have been anyone.
Exactly. It's just unfortunate that it just seems to be mistakes like that. From different individuals, it's not Harry Lawson thing. Just we just keep sort of recently we keep
bleeding goals at the back,
in key moments. I think that's the biggest part. Is it's the mistakes that are happening in the key moments. There's always going to be mistakes, and Gary's and Jay talk about key moments quite a lot and winning certain key moments in a game, and these are the ones at the minute we're just not quite getting right. Which is not. It's not a crisis. It's not a. I mean, if someone said, I don't even know goals we've conceded this year. Do you know how many goals we've conceded?
48.
48.
Yeah, I think our goal difference is like minus. Our goal difference is quite bad considering our league position.
That's the point. You've conceded 40 or goals, whatever it is, and you're sitting where we seventh in the league.
Yeah.
Come on, if someone had said that,
I would snap their arm off. Yeah.
If someone had gone to you, you'll be sitting seventh, but you would have conceded.
We'd probably snap their arm off at 14th at this point of the season.
That's the thing, and you will concede goals.
You've got to look at the big picture.
In this league, everyone knows you will concede goals. If you look at those 40 or goals, how many of those have probably come from individual errors? Probably a fair few of them, which makes them feel a little bit worse than what they actually are. If it was 48 goals and 40 of them were screamers into the top corner, then you can't really say anything. But when it's individual errors, obviously, again, it does make it seem worse. But I think you look at the bigger picture in this instance. If someone said to you, if someone summed up 2025 in a footballing year for Burgess Town, you get promoted, you go into step 3 being competitive, you're sitting 7th in the league.
It's funny you should say that. I asked ChatGPT to sum up our season so far.
Crazy.
I'll see if I've still got it.
Did you get him to do it in a Jamaican?
No, that was the inspiration. I kept seeing that on Twitter, so I thought I would ask Chat, but no, I didn't ask it to do it in in
very weird trend.
As of 27th of December, they sit 7th in the table with 33 points from 23 matches, 9 wins, 6 draws, 8 losses. Goal difference -7. Recent league result. We don't want to talk about that. So, yeah, it was. I think, like you said, like the big picture, like we're still in such a good. And that's actually a question I wanted to ask you as a player, like. And obviously, you don't have to speak for all the players of Burgess Hill here, but like. As a sort of general finger in the air yardstick, like the team and the general consensus in the dressing room must be relatively positive. Yeah. With where we are, considering it's our first time back in this league and God knows how long, we're facing tougher competition, tougher sides.
And I think everyone knows that we've not been good enough in certain moments, and everyone sort of everyone feels that. Everyone gets it. Everyone's played football long enough to know the emotions around it. But it's just not getting caught up in them and just doing what we have done for so long to get us to where we've got to. Because look where we are now compared to where we were even a year ago, to be fair. And look how much progress has been made. It always feels worse when you lose a couple on the bounce. That always, I think, makes it seem even more, because then everyone's,
especially with the possibility of free beer now going away.
It then panics people. A couple say, they've lost 2 now, or it's a bit worrying. Well, is it? Is it? If you're losing 7-8 in a row, we can worry. But you've lost 2 games in a row.
What is our?
Is it
on that though? What is? And I'm not clever enough to know this, but you may know this, Jack. the form guide or form table, where are we now in that?
About mid-table.
About mid-table in the form guide. So again, that's not bad.
No.
I think we've won. Because I checked this just after I think Saturday. I think we've won 3, lost 3 of our last 6.
50-50, like,
I
again.
think-
Yeah.
I think.
If someone offers you that before you play those 6 games and say, do you want to take 50-50 and just not play any of the games, you'd probably go, yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. If we're starting to look at the year as overall, and obviously the start that we've had to this season, you know, it's all extremely
It's
positive.
extremely. I
It's-
don't think we've said that many times. I think we've tried to make sure that we echo that
Yeah.
here on the podcast, in interviews with managers and stuff. Overall, is such a positive season, and to be sitting 7th at Christmas or just after Christmas is great.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the boys will now work hard to rectify what's gone wrong the last couple of games, cut out those individual errors, work a little bit harder. And I'm excited for Saturday, to be honest.
Yeah,
I am excited.
I love Lewis. Like, I love the guys there, the staff there. Like every interaction I've had with a Lewis player, fan, coach, volunteer, whatever, has always been really positive. I like hanging out with those guys. So.
yeah,
no, it'll be a great day, I think. It'll be a good day.
yeah. We do need to beat them though.
We do.
You know,
If anything,
We do
for
owe
revenge,
them
we
one,
do-
to be
we
fair,
do
don't
owe
we?
them one.
We do owe them.
and I know for a fact that'll be said in the changing room before the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, I mean, our defence was smoke that game, so we do
that
need
was
to.
that was. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
we
second half
do-
of that game was.
We do owe them. But I think actually it will give us a good indication of potentially where we are as a group now.
Yeah.
Having played, when was it we played them? August?
Yeah,
Yeah,
August.
it was sunny and
August
warm.
bank holiday. I remember.
Exactly, and it'll sort of give you a good point. And I know they've changed a fair bit, but
So and so have we.
it will give a good indication, I think,
Yeah.
on sort of if we can give our best version of ourselves, then I think it will give a good indication on what we've done well so far.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
The bits we need to still improve on, but
we always seem to bounce back well as well from defeats, whether it's just one or whether it's a few on the bounce, and suddenly people are going, "Oh, hang on, but still need to win here."
yeah,
Even if we do or don't, that's just what people say.
yeah.
We always do tend to bounce back with a strong performance wherever it may be. So I mean that'll be the expectation for Saturday now, us to put in a good performance. Because again, Chichester, I don't think it was a game we deserved to lose. I'll be honest. I think a draw would have been a fair result. I don't think Chichester really created a hell of a lot. I think they probably created a little bit more than we did, but did they do enough to win it? I don't think so. I definitely don't think we did enough to win it, but
I think we just did more to lose it.
yeah, exactly. That's unfortunately we've lost it to one moment where it's
I
cost
actually
us.
slightly,
That's the
I actually
difference.
slightly disagree. I think like when I was watching it, I thought we did deserve to lose it.
Fair.
I thought they played better than us. They were more compact than us. They were so difficult to break down at the back.
They are very well.
Oh, we haven't
Yeah.
touched on the stupid linesman though. Sorry, I don't care anymore. Right, whatever. Jesus Christ, how trigger happy was he? We must have been caught
just
offside
don't-
90 million
Yeah,
times.
yeah. And look,
And ironically, genuinely, the only decision I think he actually got right was our goal that he played offside.
Yeah.
I actually think that was offside.
Yeah.
Pretty much every other time he put his flag up, I was like, "What are you talking about?"
The thing that I think about it, right, and again, I'm sure Martin will think differently, but because obviously I'm a nerd, I know how well drilled Chichester are. I know how well organised they are. So when I'm thinking about that, I know that their line is probably going to be very, very good. It's going to be very, very in line. So for him to put his flag up a lot, to be honest, yeah, I can probably assume that most of the time he was right. There is no way that every single time, I mean, it must have been 20 times in that second half, and I'm not even exaggerating.
It was ridiculous.
There's no way every one of those was offside.
No.
Yeah, maybe 15 of them were. Fine.
And
Chichester are very well drilled. There is no way all of those are offside.
Yeah, it's where we are, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just where we are. I think the boys are trying to do the right thing. I actually thought I don't think Chichester's game plan would have been to try and catch us offside. I don't think that would have been the case at all.
What a boring way to play football. if that's your game
I
plan.
think they actually did give us a little bit of space in behind, which we tried to capitalise on.
Yeah.
But a mixture of potentially a delayed pass, an early run, and a linesman who
Yeah.
wanted to wave at everyone. I think
Very friendly.
I think you put those three together. It's probably a mixture of all of them. I was in no position to say whether they're offside or not. But
No.
Neither are we, but we like saying it anyway.
Oh,
That's
yes,
the point, isn't it?
Of course.
They weren't offside, never.
of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, it's just one of those things, isn't it, that you sort of look at. Had you won the game and been offside 30 times,
We wouldn't care.
probably doesn't get
Wouldn't
commented on,
even
does it?
mention it. Yeah.
But because you lose the game, it's just one of those
Or if
things.
the
to
line
bring up.
just flagged down for equaliser.
He came into when he
Yeah.
came into the function room afterwards. Like the amount of eyes on him, like sort of went, little bit of quiet as he walked in. I was like, oh, awkward.
Maybe he got a new flag.
Yeah.
Maybe he got a new flag for
maybe.
Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, hell of a
New
finish
flag
though
for
from
Christmas.
Mearsey.
Yeah.
A hell of a finish from Mearsey,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so good.
But
More of
there
that.
we
More
are.
of that, please.
Yeah.
That's
There
where
we
we
go.
are.
Well, and then look, there is another topic that we must touch on. Specifically, me and Lyndon. Martin will probably not touch on it as much for obvious reasons, but I will sort of link it back to why I'm so frustrated about it. Right?
You're passionate. You have a passionate,
Very
feeling
passionate
about
right?
this subject.
So if we sort of look at it the season as a whole, right, and look back on the year as a whole, what one of the reasons we were so successful last season, just one of the many reasons, was because we had a solid back five, let's say, including back four and goalkeeper. We knew last season who was in goal, and we 8 times out of 10, let's say, we knew what the back four was going to be. Now, obviously, in any football team, that's what you want. You want, stable back line, you want stable goalkeeper. Everyone wants that. That's not just a Burgess Hill thing. That's any team at any level, right? And last season, one of the reasons we were so successful is because we had that, stability, we had that continuity.
It wasn't even
people knew their jobs.
When it came to lineups, it wasn't
etc.
even. It was a guessing game from midfield to up front. Like we kind of knew that the back five, like you said, was solid.
And that was solid, right? And everyone knows, obviously, we had Slav last season, and he was never present, and whatever, and that's fine. And obviously, this season it's been slightly different. Now there's been, a few different reasons for that. Obviously, Rocco got injured. Rocco's been suspended. It's not just been, sort of the managers doing it. It's been, our hands been forced quite a few times with changing the goalkeeper, for example,
and the defence, to be fair, as well. Not just
of
in
course.
the interest of playing.
Of course. Like we had Luther, for example, who was really, really good, and then obviously due to he was on loan, which we knew about.
Dartford.
Obviously, Dartford. Then it's so frustrating.
Give him back.
Because we get such a good player like
I'll
that,
take him.
and we're like, we're like, yes, he's brilliant. We'll have him. But then he plays so well for us that obviously Dartford have cottoned onto it, noticed, and gone, oh well, thanks for warming him up for us.
Yeah.
We'll now have him back, and use like which. I suppose it's just one of those things in football. But my point is, right, this season, and specifically, let's just say the last 6 to 8 weeks, I keep saying we were so successful last season because we had such a stable sort of back five. We can't get that at the moment, and that I think is one of our biggest issues. Now the goalkeeper situation I'll touch on, but we can't at the moment find a settled centre back partnership either. For example, it'll be Spinks or Mears, or for a few weeks we drop Glenn Ray at the back, who obviously is a fantastic centre back, but he's more often for us used in midfield. Obviously we had Luther before that. Alex Mallins is still about and playing games. Like we at the moment can't find. A sort of first choice two, let's say, which is there's positives and negatives to that. We've got a lot of good players who can play there. Perhaps we just don't know who the best two are. Perhaps we need to keep everyone happy. there's things for that. But then when you throw it in that, let's be honest, it does change most weeks. Yep. And then obviously with the goalkeeper situation, which I've touched on, has been out of our control for a little bit. That must cause quite a few issues, right? Like, and obviously. Perhaps you can touch on it a little bit more, just in terms of when you're on the field playing. Like when you're playing with the same people every week, you build a rapport with them. You sort of know the runs they're going to make. You know what they're going to do. It must be a lot more difficult when changes get made to a team and it's not a settled side. Is that fair to say that it's a little bit more difficult?
Yes, I'd partly agree, but then we train with each other twice a week, so. It's not a case of it's
not like strangers.
It's not a case of rock up and it's someone you've never ever played before, never ever trained with, has no idea. Everyone plays with each other every week. It's like in training. It's never a case of there's a team who's your starting team for the weekend and then playing against everyone else. It's everything's integrated. Everything changes. Everything swaps about. So it's not as if it's just chucked in and a guessing game really. There is method behind it, I guess. Competition is probably the biggest part of it, and I think that's what drove us so much last year.
Yeah,
we had lots of competition for places last year, and those people who were being questioned cemented their positions.
Mm-hmm.
This year again, we've got competition, and it's just making sure everyone's performing the best they probably could individually. Yes, it will have a certain effect on the rest of the group because everyone does do things ever so slightly different. But if you then look at the top end of the pitch, that's also changed quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. And Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I point blank asked Gary in my post match interview because I was a little bit surprised, and goalkeepers is always an area I focus on. Being an ex goalkeeper, obviously nowhere near the level, but I like to think I know a little bit of what I'm talking about when it comes to goalkeepers. So I was a little bit surprised that Alfie started, and that's nothing to do with Alfie's ability. I know Alfie's a fantastic goalkeeper. I've seen him play. I've seen him play many times now, and I think he's a great guy and he's a fantastic goalkeeper. But Rocco is our number one, and he was available for selection. His suspension was lifted. He wasn't injured, as far as I know. So I was a little bit surprised. And obviously, the answer Gary gave for that was competition. Again, I have no problem with that. And like you said, I think that's a good driving force behind getting the best out of your players. But the only caveat I will put out of that, and again, just playing devil's advocate a little bit, is that I feel like if you have a number one goalkeeper, that's who you play. If they're available, you play your number one goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's why we lost the game, because it's absolutely not, and it's nothing to do with Alfie. I just found it a little bit surprising that I thought that's one thing that I think you should be settled on. And if you can look and you can evidence that by the fact that if you look at the amount of teams in this league that carry a substitute goalkeeper in games, it's barely any, if any at all. And there's a reason for that. So a little bit surprised by that, and I think that's maybe one. I don't know what I'm trying. I don't know the point I'm trying to make, but I was just a little bit surprised, and I know I wasn't the only one.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'll be more sort of blunt about it. I can't understand it. I don't understand why a football team doesn't play their number one goalkeeper. For me, there's no excuse. There's no reason. I don't buy the competition aspect of it personally. I don't think that's a reason. I'd like to know sort of. I don't know, a more blunter reason as to why perhaps. I just think, look, it's football, right? You have a number one goalkeeper, your number one goalkeeper plays. If it's a situation where they're wanting Alfie to be number one goalkeeper, fine. Okay, that's fine. But we have to go and stick with one. We can't, because it's happened I think 2 or 3 times now when Rocco's been available. I'm obviously not talking about when he's been injured or when he's been suspended, but there's been other situations this season where we've chosen to play a different keeper rather than the goalkeeper who we've signed to be our number one goalkeeper. That no other club's doing that. No other club at our level, no other club at any other level is not choosing to play their number one goalkeeper. And I think it causes problems because if I was a player and behind me isn't the goalkeeper that we signed to be a number one goalkeeper, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me personally.
Fair enough.
It really doesn't. And like I say, I'm not saying either one should play. I'm just saying we need to make a decision on who that one would be and have a sustained run with that run. Personally. You know, that's how I feel about it. I know a lot of fans feel the same.
You're not wrong. There's an element of consistency there as well.
Yeah,
like if you stick with one and they get lots of game time,
yeah, that's my point, right? I'm not saying I'm saying what I'm saying is right. That's just my view on it. Other people have different views. That's absolutely fine. I don't know any better than anybody else. Just my view on it. But yeah,
fair.
I'm hoping that Rocco will be back for Saturday just because he's our number one. Yeah. I think the stats also back up that I did some research into it. Our goals conceded goes down quite a lot when Rocco plays. I just think Rocco for us is the more experienced, is the more
stat man Jack.
Is the person that we should have. God, I love a stat. Yeah,
love it.
So that's
fair. That's completely
that's my
fair.
Piece on it. Yeah.
No, I think that's completely fair enough, and I think obviously it'd be a bit harsh for us to get your opinions weighing too much on this. But I mean, is there anything you want to say? Or?
Football is very opinionated, isn't it? And at the end of the day,
don't we know it?
And Jack is extremely opinionated.
And everyone will have different views on it. We'll have different views on it as a group. Fans will have different views on it.
Of course.
Management have a different view on it. So it's a difficult one to comment on. It would sort of be harsh to comment on it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. We don't expect you to.
But I mean, they're both.
Sides, so to speak.
They are both great goalkeepers.
100%.
And we are extremely lucky to have two keepers of the caliber we've got.
Cannot stress that point enough. Like we're not saying either of them are terrible. We're not saying they are 100%. I've spent two of the nicest blokes I've ever met. They're both lovely people to speak to, and they're both fantastic goalkeepers. Yeah, 100%. There's no argument there.
Yeah, just consistency is my point.
I agree.
But there we go. Yeah. And then I'm not sure if that's everything covered. I'm not sure if we'll sort of wrap up. Obviously, we've already touched on big game Saturday, but there's a lot of things we're doing for Saturday. It looks like big promotions, like happy hour, £4 pints.
Yeah.
we'll clearly. I think that was going to be quite a big crowd. I reckon 1,000 plus.
I think there's
I
going to
reckon
be quite a
1,000
few.
plus, yeah.
I reckon because
there'll
it
be,
was
even with Brighton at home.
Yeah.
And where are Essex? Are they at home?
No, I don't know.
I don't know. But
Not
that
sure.
was-
Wouldn't know.
But I still think 1,000 plus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that. I think there'll be.
I mean, there was nearly 900 on Saturday. That's unreal.
It is. I think it's have been mad. I have noticed actually, from my point of view, since not playing, I've turned up to every single game more nervous than any game I've played in.
That makes
And
yeah.
do you know what I think it is? It's because you don't have an impact
Yeah.
on what happens. And I can't remember who I was speaking to this the other day. Actually, it could have been Gary or someone. And I was saying, when obviously fans, you really feel the energy they get. And I think that's why sometimes as fans they get more nervous, and you sense it because there's no impact that they can make. And that's what I think I've noticed. I will get now more nervous watching.
Yeah,
It must
yeah,
be
yeah.
so frustrating
Because
knowing
I
that
can't
you should be
make an
affecting
impact.
this, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't really.
But then at the same time, because I see obviously what they're working on and certain things they're trying to do I'll go down there tonight and I'll watch training because I just want to get out of the house. Sorry, Katie, but I'll go down and watch training. And I'll still get involved in it. And I think when you then try and see what people are trying to do and what they're trying to put across and the patterns they're trying to play and everything like that, when it then gets to a Saturday and people do certain things, and you'll be stood there and in my head I'll be thinking, yeah, good decision. And then everyone else like, what are they doing that for? What are they doing that for?
Yeah.
And I think everyone just sort of needs to relax a little bit with it.
I know what you mean.
Let them do what they're doing. It's sort of like a game of chess. You're trying to manipulate the opposition into certain areas, and to do that, you've got to do certain things. Whether that is the centre backs just standing on the ball for 2 seconds. Look at the Dulwich game, for example. That was a prime example. I absolutely loved that game because it was so tactical. But whether that's the centre back standing on the ball for 2 seconds, whether that's the ball goes from centre back to centre back 10 times before it goes anywhere else. Everyone else, why don't you just pass forward? Well, there's reasons behind it. Do you know what I mean? If we were a team who just smashed it long and you just hoped for everything, everyone would be like, why don't you just pass it? Do you know what I mean? So I think from the fans' point of view, you turn up with the excitement, love the excitement, and then control the nervous energy part of it.
It is a good point actually. That obviously I hear it. I've been lucky enough to be witness a few training sessions. Like I've come down there and done some media stuff, and I've seen what you guys work on and the way that Gary and Jay want you to play and the things they want you to do. And it is quite interesting when it comes to a match day and you listen to fans who haven't had that experience or don't know what you've worked on, just be like, oh, why are they doing that? Why are they just passing it backwards? Why are they just standing there with it? And it's like, no, you don't understand the vision.
How about an open training session? What an idea.
Yeah.
That's
been touted around before, hasn't it?
I think it would help personally.
I think it
because
would.
I think people would then sort of you have to be careful when you do them because you don't want to invite the wrong
you-
people down. But and you have
People
to,
rocking
you have
up
to,
in Lewis hats.
Yeah, you have to not give away too
Of
much.
course.
But,
Yeah.
but
No, I
I
think
think
that's a
people would then
genuine
appreciate
goal, yeah.
appreciate
But
the
an,
work.
an open training session to the fans, like or season ticket holders, so you know that they're not
Yeah, 'cause-
spies for.
Season ticket holders is
because
a very
it's
good idea.
it's so easy to turn around and say, oh, we'll try and play like this, we'll try and play like this, and it's so easy to say it.
Yeah.
But when people come and see the working progress of it,
Yeah.
I think it's a
And
little
actually
bit
see
different.
what the
Because
end goal
it
is.
doesn't always go right in training. There's been many training sessions in the last God knows how many years now I've worked with Gary and Jay where the training sessions just have not gone well for whatever reason. That doesn't mean then just sack off everything you've tried to do. And you could quite easily turn into a team who just smash it long and try and hit a big bloke up front and see what happens. But then I think people will go the other way and say it's a little bit boring. So
Yeah.
I must admit,
that's what
I must admit, I
put my
much
point
prefer
across that.
I do prefer the sort of our style of more playing out the back, playing the ball on the deck, and not just lumping it.
Oh,
forward.
yeah.
There's a time and place for lumping it forward,
Course, yeah.
absolutely. But like, if push come to shove, and it was like I pick one, you either lump the ball, big man up top kind of vibes, or you play out from the back. I'm always going to play out from the back and play football because you're playing football. Like I don't know how else to describe it. Like, it looks good.
And I don't want to get people confused. It's not a case of that we're not allowed to kick it long.
No.
There is patterns of play where you kick it long, and you don't kick it long just because you're kicking it. There's always method
reason,
behind it,
yeah.
and that's a big thing Gary and Jay are on. If you're playing a longer pass, it's not just a kick; it's a pass, and a pass you're aiming for something.
Yeah. Especially for a player like you, right?
So there's certain patterns that will happen where everyone will move into a certain position, and we'll know on the pitch the next pass will go long. So certain people go, and then everyone's like, "Oh, just pass there, just pass there." It's like, well, no, because the pattern.
We've worked
It's
on
all
this.
in the pattern.
Yeah.
Literally worked on this.
And then it goes a little bit longer, and then everyone's like, "Oh wow, I'm glad we've done that." And it works once, and everyone's like, "Why don't you just carry on doing that?" And it's like, well, everyone adapts. Everyone
get wise
changes,
to it.
but
Yeah.
I think I've gone a little bit off topic there, but I think
no,
that's
that's
just.
good.
I think
Yeah.
it's quite key for people to know when coming to watch Burgess Hill. There's a way that
There's a method to the madness.
There's a way that we're going to play, and we will score some unbelievable goals, but we will also concede some.
And I think, to be
not
fair,
very nice ones.
And to be fair, I think Gary and Jay have both said that in interviews. It's like the way we play football, we will concede goals.
Yeah.
Like it will happen. But and again, we've all said this before. We've scored a hell of a lot of goals this season.
Oh yeah.
We don't have a problem, I think, with scoring goals
And very good ones.
and very
There's
good
been
ones.
some very, very good ones.
Yeah, all like as with the flowchart of scoring goals, give the ball to Reggie at 30 yards out, done.
I didn't even know he could kick a ball that far.
Honestly.
Honestly,
think
didn't know
anyone
he
did.
could kick it
What a
that far.
boy.
I think that ball's still moving. He hit that so well. But I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, we don't have a problem with scoring goals.
No.
But I just think the manner in which we can then concede sometimes does look bad and can sometimes make certain individuals, whether that be goalkeepers or centre backs, look worse for wear when it's not necessarily always their fault.
No, and I was about to say they would always be at the forefront of it because that's where it all builds from.
Yeah, of course.
If we build the whole pattern and you get to the striker and they miss, we'll try again. If it gets from the goalkeeper to the centre back, he makes a mistake. Oh God.
Yeah,
it's that panic station, which is natural, of course it is. It's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's been a lot of times this year where we've played some incredible football.
Oh, unbelievable.
And
liquid.
And
Liquid football.
and absolutely carved teams open. I think every team we've played, we've probably carved them open at least one pattern a game.
Oh, easy. Yeah,
Which is a small 10-second moment, but it does show that.
And those 10-second moments are hard to remember sometimes when you're losing 5-2 or whatever.
Of course they are, and it's difficult to see the positive outcome on it because obviously the biggest stat at the end of the day is the score.
But there are positives to take away. I agree with you. There's positives to take away from almost every game. Actually, I'm not even going to say almost every game. There are positives. There are passages of play where we've looked leagues above where we actually are.
And for a team who at the start of the year was completely written off.
Yeah.
I think and a team who was finding their feet back in step 3, sitting 7th in the league is not bad for that.
Yeah, I think that's such a key thing to focus on.
And I said this at the start of the year. Win the first 2 games, everyone's expectations completely change.
Yeah.
Look at the end of after the player final. You go around and speak to anyone, they're like, "Great, we're in step 3. We'll stay up next year and we'll cement our position in the league." You win the first 2, everyone's expectations change. And it's like,
everyone's talking about playoffs.
Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, we're going to get in the playoffs.
Promotion chance.
And then you lose a couple more, and then everyone's like, "Oh God, here we go." It's like, well, hang on a minute. Where are your expectations now? Because it can't change.
It's so football.
It can't
though,
change
isn't it?
week to week.
So
And I get
it's
it.
so non-league.
I get it's a roller coaster. But yeah, I think as a whole, not just the way the team's gone. Look at the club. Look at the facilities, everything.
Yeah.
The
attendances, like you said.
Attendance to me is crazy.
Just the whole club in general over the last year.
Such a buzz.
Is ridiculous. And until I think people sit down and actually come out of the last couple of weeks, you'll realise that the club's it's in such a good place at the minute.
Yeah,
and it's so enjoyable to be around. And
I love going. I love spending time there. I quite often work there. I sit with Bradbury and just do my work there during the day. Yeah. Rather than sitting at home or going to my office, just because I love being around the club. It doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter if there's no one there.
No.
It's just such a nice place to be at the moment.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
There you go.
Onwards and upwards.
We are building.
We are Hill.
We are Hill. There we go. Well,
we should probably wrap this up because you've already missed your bus, I believe.
Yep.
So I'll drive you home. And I'm sure you've got things to do.
I've got to go shopping, unfortunately.
Shopping.
Oh,
I've spent the last 3 weeks lying in bed all day moping around, so I've actually now got to get up and go and do some stuff now.
Fair.
Yeah, fair.
All right.
But
well,
it's been a pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much for coming. And this is very late. So I only asked Martyn if he'd come on yesterday, largely because we only had the idea to ask him to come on yesterday.
Yeah, that's how.
And we also only organised the podcast yesterday, so it was all very last minute.
The preparation to this is immaculate.
Yeah, so good. It's Christmas time, New Year, whatever. So yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Hopefully see you back on the pitch as soon as humanly possible. But if not, we will continue to enjoy spectating the games with you.
We'll try.
And we'll probably have you on again at some point because it's good insight to have. And I can play the family card when people don't want to talk to us. We're like, well, you have an obligation. So you have to.
Fair enough. No, it's been an absolute pleasure. Hope you all have a good New Year.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just around the corner, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
just around the corner.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys. And we will see you at Lewis on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Ground open at 12:30. Happy hour beers. Come. Cheers, guys.
See you
See ya.
later.